Zombies, 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 zombies. Today we are drawing some zombies. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Here we are. Perfect. Grab that. Put it in my Discord announcement chat. And today we are drawing some. Yes. Live stream drawing now. Okay, here we are. Thanks for joining me. It's me, Torrin Atkinson, and today I'm going to be drawing some zombies. These are going to be rough sketches to be approved by the client. This is for a project called Zombie Zine, which is very exciting. I'ma Eat Some Kids is here. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. Hello yourself. And let's read. Here's my cat. I got some reference. Not enough. I did not get enough reference, but that's okay. So the art order is on your screen. Let's make a more interesting background here. Sure, this is probably a fine color. I don't know, some texture. Let's just add. Sure, why not? Let's do this one. Is that a thing? Maybe not quite that big. Okay, and we'll bring the opacity down to. Let's get those. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? Let's do white. No. Let me try different. Let me try. What do we got down here? Scroll way down. Way down. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, foliage mix. Sure, let's do that. Sure, and let's all, and then, ooh, the wetness. Wetness, that's exciting. No, that's too, where's the opacity? Where's the opacity? Load, 100%. Okay, this brush is confusing me. All-purpose blend. Let's try this one. Oh, it's thinking. Apparently that's a lot of data. Wow, still thinking about that brush. Elfsar, good morning. What are we drawing today? K-Tiff, we are drawing some zombies. If this Photoshop brush ever processes. I got my Reed Fleming World's Toughest Milkman mug. What's your favorite mug, everybody? Or if not your favorite, what's your most nerdy mug? Okay, this is ridiculous. Can I undo? I just want to stop this. Stop it! I broke it already. All right. Well, this is thinking. Let's go to my art order. Some jazzy Spider-Man music. And oh, now I can't find. There it is. So this is Shroom. No, here's the first zombie I have to draw. There's 6 zombies, 3 per drawing. So a shroom zombie. A lot of zombies are infested with fungus, but this is ridiculous. A fungus that is a zombie. This giant 7 to 8 foot mushroom has a taste for humanoid brains. If it had a mind, it would be seeking revenge for the Portobello cousins that have been consumed. So, okay, I stopped. Okay, good. All right, so we're not going to use that brush, the Kyle's concept brush. Let's just go with what we have. That's fine. I am going to change. Let's make it nice, dark brown. Let's choose one of my favorite brushes for the drawing, for the actual drawing, which will be Fountain Inker Bleed. Let's try Fountain Inker, a fountain pen high flow. Let's make a new layer. Let's make it blue. It's gonna be the blue layer. A blue letter. You guys remember Hot Sucker Proxy? It's a blue letter. Great, great movie. One of my all-time favorites. All right, so it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. That's a fine brush. It's a fine brush. So mushroom zombie. Okay, great. We got a jetpack zombie. Equipped with a jetpack, this zombie typically uses the equipment to compensate for its slow shambling to reach its prey. Once engaged in combat, it will rarely use the jetpack to escape. Let me turn down. How's the volume for everyone out there? I'm going to turn the volume down even more for me. Zombie number 3. Zombie fisherman, bracket, undead deep one, end bracket. A humanoid that became a fish-like mutant that has now become a zombie. Tough life, ever open eyes, and a gaping mouth of needle-like teeth. The zombie is hungry for a meal, and it ain't looking for sushi. Then there's the toxic zombie. It's as if someone put a zombie out in the hot sun for 20 years and forgot about it. Bloated with vile toxic gas that can cause the toxic zombie to explode at any second. Zombie house cat. The Ramones told you not to bury Fluffy in the pet cemetery. Well, now you've done it, and that cat ain't right. It's also dang hard to kill with its 9 unlives and all. Zomboar. Single-minded, strong, and rather fast for a zombie, the Zomboar is a dangerous pest. It's hard to take down because its tough hide and dense musculature make it immune to criticals. Worst of all, they are no good for barbecuing once you've dispatched them. So a zombie boar is what that is. Caitiff, and an old one with an airplane. My grandparent, an old one with an airplane. So it's an old mug with an airplane on it that my grandparents gave me as a child. I understand now. I have one from Cork's Bar from Las Vegas when Star Trek The Ride was a thing. Oh, that's pretty great. No cheese zombie. Cheese is undead milk. Ooh, lactromancy 101. That's pretty good. The client suggested I not put the jetpack zombie and the mushroom zombie in the same drawing. As you can see here, it might be better if the jetpack and shroom zombies were in different pictures, since both of those will competing for the top of the image. So what I was thinking of, let's do jetpack, cat, and deep one first. Let's see. I was thinking, oops. I want to delete that. I'm gonna turn this not quite so. Let's make it brownish, but not brown. I was thinking, this is just figuring out the composition. So what am I drawing again? Jetpack, cat, and deep one. Okay. I was thinking like the deep one. I don't know. Here's the thing. You know those old monstrous compendiums for D&D? They had 3 monsters on them. Monstrous compendium D&D images. Yeah, like this one, for example. Oh my god, that's so tiny. But you can see, even though it's incredibly low res, you can see there's 3 monsters. There's one in the middle and one on each side. Let's delete that. Let me find another one. Oh my god, isn't there? This one's a little more interesting. Spelljammer creatures. Because it's not quite so symmetrical. But the symmetry is what I like about the old monstrous compendiums. Like, oh my god, I love this beach ball alien. That's straight out of Darkstar. I didn't know there was a Darkstar beach ball alien in Spelljammer. Has anyone seen Darkstar? It was a big inspiration for... Maybe if I choose tools large, size large, maybe that'll help me. Here's another one. This one's different. Okay, so, yeah. Let me drop this in here. Just to get a sense of what our composition could be like. This one has like 4 of them on. No, there's an aboleth in the bottom right-hand corner. There's, I don't know, I don't know what that's supposed to be. There's some kind of a hag. There's a fairy, and there's some kind of treant type guy. So let's delete all that. So what I'm thinking is, I guess this is our new blue layer. I don't know what happened to our blue layer. Like a main guy, and then one on either side. But if we're doing what are we doing? We're doing a cat. We're doing a rocket pack, and we're doing a what do you call it? What do you call it? Deep one. They're all very different sizes. I feel like if we could do the deep one in the middle, we could do the rocket guy coming out, but then the cat would be like meow. So maybe not. Maybe we don't do that for this one. Maybe we do. Here's the, what happened to my brush? Here's the, whoa. Okay, here we go. Here's the deep one. It's kind of like on all fours almost. Its head is down here. It's lolling to the side. It's his mouth. It's his bulbous eyes. We're not worrying about. It almost looks like it's kind of a bear shape there. Right? So we put him down there. And then we have. Then we put the cat in the middle. Here's the rocket. Here's Rocket Guy. He's basically undead Rocketeer. He's coming out from this way. And then the cat is like jumping off of him into the foreground. I feel like that might be the way to go. I think that might. Well, we can submit this, but the problem is I want to get the jetpack. The jetpack's on this guy's back. We're not going to be seeing him if he's facing us, right? So that's a problem. Oops, we got to sell the fact. What happened? Let me save my work before something else goes wrong. Is it for a cover? It's not for a cover. I don't think. I don't know if there is a cover. Is this supposed to be like a spreadsheet, a randomized spreadsheet? I don't know if it's going to have a cover or not. Maybe it will be for a cover. I think this is the first time this guy has commissioned an artist for artwork for a project. So I haven't actually talked to him about where it's going to appear in the publication. But anyway, K-Tev, love Darkstar. It's hilarious. Also, best song, Benson, Arizona. Benson, Arizona is a great song. Benson, Arizona, the warm wind through your hair. So something, 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 when you were there. Benson, Arizona, the same stars in the sky, but they seem so much brighter? Softer? When we watch them, you and I. So maybe so we see his back here. So see, these aren't his boobs or his eyes. This is the jetpack. I also have to design a jetpack, unless I just steal from the Rocketeer. Here, let's look it up. Actually, what I should do is maybe they have. If I go to Sketchfab, and I type in Rocketeer. There's a lot of Rocket Raccoon. There's not the official. There's his helmet. There he is. There's the Rocketeer. Let's open that up. Are you going to open up? Here we go. Here, let me move this into loading 3D model. So, just so I can get a bead on the... I'm not going to have... It's not... I mean, I could make it the Rocketeer, but then you're not going to be able to tell it's a zombie because he's got his helmet on. I just want to steal the design from the rocket pack. So like something like that. Let me screen grab that. Actually, let's put it back. Boom. Yeah, screen grab. How do I do that? Windows, print screen. There we go. And then we drop that in there. Just for my reference. There it is. There she is. There she is. So that way, let's get back to our blue layer. Yeah, so you can see it's got the... I was pretty close. I mean, it was in the neighborhood. It's a little further away apart. And then it'll have like the no, it's too far apart. It has the thing on here, the intakes, and it'll almost be like I feel like something like that. Zombie. And he'll be jumping off. Here's the other thing. So I'd like to draw all of these zombies as if they would also work as their own composition. So I don't want to overlap them or their own illustration. Because it's non-exclusive publication rights. So at some point after the Zombie Zine is published, I can put these up on my drive-through RPG. Let's look at it now. Torrin Atkinson drive-through RPG, my publishing page. I've only put 7 publications on there, but you can get the here's a tactical deep one. You can buy this happy little guy for your publication. So these are all non-exclusive. Here's some quippers. This was one of the 20-minute monsters I did back when I was doing the Fiend Folio. And I thought, you know what, that's good enough to be its own drawing in a book somewhere. Here's a smoke vampire that I did for another job. And then here also, if you want 500 post-apocalyptic place names, I put this together. This is actually not my art. I like Nate Marcel's art so much. I paid him to. It was also an existing art that he had already on his website. I said, hey, can I use that for my publication? Our 500 post-apocalyptic place names. So those are all things you can buy from my drive-through page. So, do we want to put the Rocketeer's leather jacket on this guy? I mean, maybe we do. Let's see. This is just for the composition, so we're not going to get bogged down in details. He's got some, like, hair. There's a zombie guy. I feel like my brush is a little too thick. And then this is a leg down here. This other leg maybe over there. We don't really need to see it too much. So this, let me I'll just keep going. It's going to make them different layers, but I'm just going to keep going. It doesn't need to be different layers. It's too early in the process for that. Just figuring out our composition. Adam Thaxton is here. Welcome. A Tillinghast resonator. Yes, indeed. A torn up jacket. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be like. I feel like there should be straps coming down here. The other thing when I think of when I hear jetpack, maybe some like a belt with things on it. I do enjoy a good belt. I do enjoy a good, what's that comic book artist who put pouches on everything? Rob Liefeld. The other thing I think of when I think of rocket packs or jet packs is Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest rocket belt, I believe, is the term they used, which is a very distinctive design. There it is. Which I will not be using. Because, I don't know, I just feel like it's not as well-known design for a jetpack. But you can see they got the straps that go around. They got the X straps in the front. And then they got the belt. And then they got the crotch strap as well, which is a nice touch. I mean, I guess I can save that. Let's put that down on the bottom here. Okay, so I can put this guy. Let's put his hand outstretched, something like that. Maybe it should be more outstretched. More foreshortened. Something like that. Foreshortening. Some Battle of the Planets music. Something like that. And again, if he is wearing a jacket, it could be all like shredded up. Bum 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 bum. So that could be our. And then he'd have smoke behind him. We're gonna be like, it would be like a little trail wherever he's coming from. I might have it maybe wrap around. Maybe like it starts here and comes around behind. Something like that. So he's kind of like zooming around, which is fun. Should I give him some more hair? I feel like, I don't know. What am I drawing? The other drawing is the toxic zombie, the boar, and the mushroom. I feel like I've got to get some lady representation in here somewhere, but the Rocketeer was not a lady. And anyway, that's the general placement of our good friend Rocketeer zombie. What happened? Don't do that. Right? So then the cat. Let's switch to another. I feel like here's the problem. I feel like black cats, you know, traditionally spooky, but black is hard to draw. I mean, it's easy to draw if you don't want any detail. If you just want a silhouette of a black cat. At least the Johnny Quest rocket belt won't burn the user's butt. Yes, indeed. Good point, Adam. Kill switch is here. Hello, welcome. Smoke or flame trails can also imply motion. Yes. Yes. Flame trails, yes. I also like the ones that have the remass nozzles that stick out the sides, like an upside down V shape. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Like, here's a dude. Like, I just come out like here? Like that? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. 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 All right. So cat. Here's some jumping hairless cats that I grabbed from the old internet. Again, I just put these in the file to have them. I'm not necessarily gonna use them, but I want it to be jumping out here. Let me just draw what I'm visualizing. And maybe, I don't know. They're all kind of like, this one's kind of facing down, and this one's facing away. So how do I have this guy? Like I was originally thinking like, I don't know, well, what if I put the head up here? Let's just draw it out. Let me actually do this on a different layer. It's already on a different layer. Great. Let's make this red. Right. Oh, that's good. Okay. Ears. And it's got his claws up. This is not. Something like that. Is that that could work? And then, you know, ratty tail. his rib cage. He needs more of a neck. I always forget to draw necks on my... So this is option A. And of course it'll all be zombified. This music is amazing. Right? Whiskers. Whiskers, come on, Whiskers. But yeah, it's something like... This isn't too bad for straight from memory. My cat anatomy. It's not very great. Claws. So we just actually... This one is the one that goes down, and this one is more behind. So it's not interfere. I mean, that's a way to go. So that's option 1. Let's do an option 2. Let's make this purple. Oh, let's make it green. And I'll even get a green going on here. So the other option is twisting. It's not dark enough. It's not dark enough. Twisting and its head, like more acrobatic, like some of these guys, with its head. Let me see. Which other one? Its head. Oh, that's the Rocketeer. I had one more. Here it is. Its head towards the bottom. Look at this guy. Pretty great. But getting back to here, back to our drawing. What's going on in the chat? What if the zombie was on fire because his jetpack was malfunctioning? Oh, that's an idea. That's an idea indeed. Let me go back. Let me grab some red. Yep, that's brilliant. Let's see. We'll see if they could have like... And then like... part of the, as Elfsar suggested, part of the trail is flames. And sure, why not? Let's have them coming out as I do. I don't know. And then, yeah, just like flames licking. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Let's make this... Just want to make it a bit darker. I should have done the fire on a different layer, but that's fine. For now, while we're doing the cat, we can adjust the opacity of that layer back down. All right, green cat. Don't know how to... I'm done. The twisting of the cat. Is that his tail? I'm going to start over. Start over on this twisting cat. The shape is would generally be like that. Almost looks like a mermaid. So the head could be like below the hand. And neck, shoulders, ribs, twisting body, pelvis. Tail, I feel like I've drawn it too big. Or maybe it needs to be more centered. Less centered. More. I don't know. This is a tricky one. The tail coming in from bringing your eye back around to the composition. And shoulder blades-ish, spine. Let's draw our center line. Ding, 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 ding. Ears. Something like that. Where do the arms arms go? I feel like one arm. Just like one. Can't really get the arms stretched out over the back of his head. Is the problem. Maybe like, right? Something like that? This is not how cat arms work. But, and then this one, I don't know. Something like that. This is option 2. That's you know, it's got the emaciated, lack of stomach, and then where's this other leg? Like maybe like here. I'll have to look at some reference, but this is option 2. Maybe the other leg is just over there. Maybe it's just like, you just see a bit of it over here. This hip is like around here-ish. And the cat tail is of course all skeletal. You can see all the vertebrae in it. And the little random hairs. Doesn't really look like it's jumping / flying. It looks more like it's climbing around. It's not. I'm favoring the other one. I'm favoring this one. Let's move it over here too. Let's move it like. Wow. No, I like it better at the top. Okay. As a cat possessor, that looks accurate. If it helps when cats leap or jump, they use their tails as a counterbalance. Yes, I actually got way too many windows open, but let me see if I can find. There's the Rocketeer. There's the Here's one I'm not going to use, but it's also hilarious. I mean, at least I could kind of. I wouldn't use the back legs, but I could use. I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I will use it. Oh my God! If this was the zombie cat, we would just you know, just cut in. I won't do it that way. I'll do it with black. You know, just imagine. Here's the hips. This actually helps to get my anatomy. They have much larger forearms. And then, I mean, the cat's face is perfect. And then here's the... I mean, do I just use that? Well, I won't delete it. I'll tell you that much. I'll keep it on file. That's pretty funny. All right, and then let's move on to the deep one. Wait, I had one more cat. Here's the one I was originally before I started putting pen to paper. This is what I was thinking for the cat. Just a standard leaping, but that's so, I don't know. It's kind of boring. Anyway, deep one time. Let's put the deep one on a orange. Boo-doo-doo. It's been nice. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. That looks, orange is just brown. Let's do green. Let's do green again. Makes sense. And the deep one, it's been a while since I drew a deep one. Let's get rid of this cat for now. Is this, oh, that's the green cat. I see. Yeah, shambling, undead, deep one. Let me emaciated. Let's give it some spines. Spines are always nice. A little bit of webbing between the spines. And fish. The nasty, sharp, pointy teeth. Mouth open or mouth closed? I feel like it's got to be mouth open, right? So maybe fish mouth. Fish mouth, roly-poly fish mouth, something like that. With just like seaweed or shit coming out of it. Here, actually, let me do it this way. Ooh, I was thinking, what was my resolution on this thing? 600. And the inches should be, don't need it to be 8.5 wide. Should be, originally be 5.5 wide. No. Yeah, no. It's gonna be, oh my god, I'm confused. I confused myself with math. Here's some nasty, sharp, pointy teeth. Something like, oh, it's monster time, everybody. Who doesn't love monsters? And then, yeah, it's got a very bare, I've given it a very bear-like posing and anatomy. Maybe let's move them up a bit. Zombie. With webbing. Claws, but webbed claws. You know what I'm saying? Some more. And then this. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Should I have 3? Should I give him? Do we adhere to the... Was he once a man? I guess the description says he was once a man, so he's not a true deep one. Although, deep ones, I mean, they do start out... Well, the hybrids start out as humans, and they turn more... Thinking now of the Shadow over Innsmouth. There are deep ones that are... not... Alright, there's a shoulder blade. Arm, something like that. And put his back leg. Something like that. A knee. And then... Doesn't look much like a zombie. It looks just like a deep one. But, you know, again, this is just for composition. And then his other leg would all be in shadow back here. Shadow! Do we want to give him a fishtail? I feel like that would interfere. I feel like he's too big. Let's save our work. Where's our cat? The cat we like. It's red, right? Yeah. So he'll be in front. I've got some competing... They're competing with each other for space. So let's see if I can fix that. This is the cat. Let's just label our layers. Cat. We could put him up, more up like that. Yeah, something like that. Get our deep one. Let's make it green. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Maybe I tip it over more. Like that. And of course I'll have to make adjustments for the ground plane. In fact, let's Let's erase all this. Erase all of that. I didn't choose that tool. You silly. Get this back over here-ish. Something like that. And then feel like there's this big empty space here that we need to fill. So maybe this is where we put the other hand. Shoulder. Nasty shoulder. The deltoid is the shoulder blade back here. Something, something. It's hard to draw. It's a zombie, but it's when zombies are traditionally skinny and emaciated, but it's a monster that's traditionally bulky and fat. So maybe we just make it more skinny and emaciated. And here's its other. Does that work? It looks like he's about to fall over, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're, you know, zombies. It's the Flintstones. It's the mother effing Flintstone guys. Womp womp. Womp 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 womp. Maybe we need like a big hollow neck. What do you call it? This part here. Look, this is the clavicles, and then there's the indent on the clancles and the back muscles. Maybe that's the way to do it. But we also, traditionally, I always draw my style of deep ones. Have these ear things here. Here, let me fix this god-awful mess. With the webbing. I mean, that's the general... Again, this is just... We're not worrying about the details here. We're just trying to get the composition down. So this being the other hand. I think it's working better than it was, but let me... What if... His other foot... I think that's better. I think that's gonna work a little bit. Let's try it. Give it a go. Give it a shot. And then this is his knee. And then this is the other foot. I think we like that better. We could put a little tail back here. Little fish tail. Or his dongle. No. Don't be ridiculous. And again with the things hanging down. Alright, so this is a composition. It's not what I would call my finest composition, but let's look at them all together now. We got the brown zombie. Let's get rid of all this business in here. This is going to be a black and white drawing. Let us not forget that. So let me think. Everyone's quite crowded. So we can space them out a little bit more. Give everyone some room so they're not... Yeah, we could, yeah, I think this works. Alright, so let's just... Here's our cat. We're gonna... I think this is the cat we're gonna go with. So let me just... How should I do this? Let me do a background for the cat. Thinking. Something like that. Because the zombie, the jetpack zombie, I will change. Oh my god, why is it thinking so hard? Let me save my work. I think I will change. Let's get that red back again. Let's just make this, oh, hello. Let's make this a little more. He's got his kitty fangs. It's way too big. My brush is way too big. And then let's put his tail. I don't know. Something like there. It looks a bit ratish, but I think that's actually fine. And we get the... Again, this is just need to approve the composition here. Wow. That doesn't look scary. There, now it's a little more scary. It also looks less like a cat. Looks like he's got a mustache. But let us move on. Save my work here. It helps when cats leap or jump. They use their tails as counterbalance. Yes, dead fish look so weird and cool. Their bones are weird. Yes, dead fish. Maybe before I start doing the details, I'll take a look at some dead fish, some emaciated fish. Look at frogfish skeleton. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. Frogfish skeleton. Oh, yeah. That is pretty great. Let me grab that. Yeah, because it's got... Yeah, I like the spines. That's a good call. Here's our frogfish skeleton. Look at those big fin spines. That's pretty great. Womp, 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 womp. Let's go horizontal. And let's go ahead. As they like to say on the internet, we'll go ahead and yeah, I feel like I haven't quite got the fish jaws. Okay, I'm not supposed to be getting in on the details, but it's just too cool to not do. And then I can make these spines go right up. Because why not? Who says I can't do that? Nobody. And then we can put some, and then he's got more here on this side, as we know. And that's fine. Here's some spots. just for some texture. All right. That's a good call. That's a good call. Saving my work. And then add holes in the flesh for the deep one. Yes, definitely. Thank you. I mentioned them because they actually have arms and walk along the seafloor. Yes, that's right. I remember. I can see it in some of these other photos as well. Frogfish. Handsome little devils. Okay. Let's make him black. So here, what do I want to do about his arm? Maybe it's not foreshortened. Maybe we can see some of it. Let me get rid of this cat for a second. And we see, like, oh, I know, I see what happened. There we go. Yes. If I get rid of this, you can see where I put my cat background. But getting back to jetpack guy, we could have him. This is Johnny Quest. If we had that there, then that would be less covered up by the cat. And in fact, we could move the cat over slightly so we can see his hand a bit better. But also we could take his hand and just move it. I feel like he has too much forearm and not enough. What's the wrong layer? What's this bone? What's that bone called? Somebody help me. Yeah, maybe we put it. Maybe we put it. Oh, I'm doing all this moving. I could just draw it. It'd be better. It's not the ulnus. It's not the radius. Those are the forearm bones. It's not the femur. That's the... Alright, there's his wrist there. And there's... I don't know what his hand's doing. Let me redraw that. I don't know, something like that? No, I like it. I like it better when it's like that. I think. Then it's like, again, it's not competing so much with humerus. Yes, thank you. Thank you. The humerus bone. Or here's an idea. I mean, no, it's not how it works. Just he doesn't have a hand. What about that? What about that idea? It's just like a bloody stump. Although the client gave me the note, don't make things too gruesome, because I sent him some of my samples of like some of my other zombies I've done in the past for like D&D, Green Ronin especially, and there was a lot of like cannibalism and stuff. And he said this is supposed to be more whimsical. All right, so. So, I don't know how whimsical this is, but... But you know, it's something. Alright, so I feel like this is composition number 1. How long have I been streaming for? I thought I could do both drawings in one session. It's been 53 minutes. Okay. Okay. And then let me indicate more the smoke. Let's do it. Dun 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 dun. I feel like should I just erase? Should I just delete this other cat? No, I'll keep it just in case. But let me get another brush just to indicate better the smoke. Probably this one. Yeah, that should be fine for the purposes of this. Yeah. And then fire optional, but indicated. Do I just turn no, let's not turn everything black. This is fine for now. Let's quickly do. So this is Zombies 1. Great. Yes, I've already saved it. So now let's do Zombies 2. I can just do it in the same file. It's fine. Smoke. Maybe what I'll do is put these all in a folder. Why is it not going in? Go in, you dumb thing. Smoke. Everything into that group 1. And then when I hide that layer, and these are all fine. So now, okay, so mushroom zombie, boar, and toxic gas zombie. These are all kind of more or less... I mean, boar would be smaller, right? So let's imagine. This is my new blue. In fact, let's go blue. Not too dark. Not too dark. Let's go back to... Which one were we using? Doesn't matter. Mushroom. How do you draw a zombie mushroom? I actually took some pictures. There was some like cool... I need to find those photos I took of mushroom. Like, does this mushroom zombie... I'm not even clear on this. Does this mushroom zombie move around and have legs? Gross dead mushroom. Let's Google that and see what comes up. That's kind of cool. I like that texture. Let me. Where is it? I saw it. Now it's gone. Oh, this one. The stinkhorn. Yes, the stinkhorn. True facts from the stinkhorn. Yeah, that's pretty great. The filaments, everybody. It's all about the filaments. But I need to find those photographs. I'm not going to go searching around for those photographs right now. But I took some photos right in the park, right next to my house. Why are you giving me grief? Okay, this is mushroom ref. Mush ref. Let's make it yellow. I need some more mushroom ref. If anyone has any suggestions, throw them in the chat while I quickly scroll. I mean, that's kind of cool. I feel like I don't need to reference that. I can just remember with my brain. Does it have smaller mushrooms coming out of the mushroom? Is that a fun thing that I could do? Okay, none of these pictures are useful at all. So maybe I just go with my pure imagination. Digital Foods with JP12X. Hello. 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 All right. Blue, let's get you to the top. All right. Let's imagine. Let's give you a little nipple on the top like this other. Just make it less symmetrical. Try not to make it look too much like a penis. But it could have, I feel like it could have more mushrooms coming out of the mushroom. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to, have I finally gone too far? Alright, so, let's imagine. Here's a mushroom. I don't know how this mushroom attacks. Like, honestly and truly. But I like this idea of, you know, obviously we make it look more cool in the final, but you know, some texture here, and then I feel like this is a very delightful color for this scary zombie mushroom. Like, what does a zombie mushroom look like? I mean, I guess that's why I've been hired. I'm gonna put some in the front as well. More mushrooms. Put this one in the front. Let's give him little triffid legs. Like little roots that let him move around. And I don't know how he attacks. Should we give him some more filaments? Like a mycelial network that comes out of his... I don't know what he's doing. just kind of here. Mushrooms growing on mushrooms seems odd, but mold, algae, and other plants could work. Wild boars can be pretty big. Is there a phobia around that kind of texture? You mean like tryptophobia? There's this is like, I'm triggering somebody's tryptophobia right now. There. Enjoy. Tryptophobia. Well, now he's an elder thing. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. I mean, he just looks like a mushroom monster. He doesn't look like a mushroom zombie. So I don't really, maybe if we, I really need to find those pictures that I took, because they looked like, it looked super gross. In the best possible way. So maybe we just got like more. Oh, this reminds me of this movie, Attack of the Mushroom People. Have you guys seen this Japanese movie? I think it's called What Tango in Japanese, but it's amazing. And then let's just give him slime. This is, I mean, I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making this up as I go along. But we could also have some like more texture, like, right, more texture. This may be the best mushroom I've ever drawn. How many mushrooms have I drawn? Maybe his toes aren't so stubby. They're more like Matango? What tango? Am I confusing a band with a? All right, so let's just this is what we're going to submit. And this is just one element of our drawing. Let's save this as I'm in the wrong folder. I want to be in commissions, my commissions folder. I didn't make my own folder for this. All right, let's make a new folder. This is going to be confusing. New folder. This is 2025. 2025. Maybe it's maybe because I put it in my gaming folder. Anyway, 2025 zombie zine. Sure. And this is zombie zine, zombies 2. Matango, based on the William Hope Hodgson story Voice in the Night. Thank you, Adam. Maybe it attacks with the half a person that is sticking out of it being dissolved. Oh, that's interesting. Matango, yes. Caitiff, yes. It's good that you've seen that movie. Rotting mushrooms are slimy and dented. If anyone wants to send me a picture of a slimy, dented, rotting mushroom, please do. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Maybe that's what I should do. Instead of gross dead mushroom, I should just look up rotting mushroom. Maybe that's the ticket. Yeah. Oh, see, look at this. Look at this. This is close to the kind of pictures that I took. Close. This is in the neighborhood. It's got like the yes. That looks like a nice. That's kind of what I need to. So let's, while we're here, let me see if I can find one more before we move on. Yeah, this kind of a thing. Yeah. And there's one more. There's one more even weirder and creepier. No, I don't want to save it. I just want to copy it. Don't be like that, Mr. Computer. Copy image. Bottom. Look at this guy. Boom. Look at how low they go. Boom, 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 boom. Some happy Flintstone zombie mushroom music. Yeah, it's kind of the same general wheelhouse here. Feel like I could This is Hoyt Curtin is the composer for the Flintstones and Johnny Quest and Battle of the Planets, and I think also the animated Star Trek cartoon. So let me take this to make it more gross and grim. Let's make this fully black. Like so. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. And then we'll just have more... more light on the top. I've made a this is just, I made a mess. Everybody. I made a mess. And then I got my references are getting in the way of my drawings. And we'll make this a little more. There's my blue. Let's put my blue on top. Let's make this a little more grody to the max. Okay. It's coming together. I think it's coming together. And then this. All right, so bloop. It's quite disgusting. I think you'll agree. And then that's what will be here as well. It's kind of like it's like fingers almost on a hand. I've done way too many details on this mushroom without considering the other figures that will appear in this drawing, but that's okay. All right, so there's our fungi guy. There's our fun guy from, whoa, wow, I drew this on a layer that I was looking at before. Okay, so this is our fungus. Happy fungus. Now the boar, what's the other one? And the bloated okay. Let me think. Again, I've gone too far into the detail. Sure, pink is fine. Let me erase this for a second. Let me think. Don't distract me. I'm thinking. What if? Where's our bloated ghast? Bloated. Here's our bloated zombie. He can be so bloated that he's almost like, oh, was that guy in Spirited Away? You know, like the spider guy. But this is his belly. This here, his head will be at an unnatural angle, right? Here's a leg. Here's a leg. I mean, I'm trying to keep it whimsical. But it is looking pretty creepy. Here's a foot. Here's an arm bent backwards. Maybe I'm just, I'm just a creepy guy. And then it's like a spider dude. Is he naked? No, we can't make him naked. Let's give him a moo-moo. Is this too small? Let me make it bigger for all of you. So you can bask in the glory of my terrible sense of aesthetics. Okay. Oop. G. No. G. Okay. Oh, God. Stop doing that. That's the button I wanted to press. So. Bloated zombie. Maybe he doesn't have... No, I can't make it too gruesome. It's gonna like he doesn't have a lower jaw, but let's keep it whimsical. Hello. It's not very whimsical, is it? I guess this is another male zombie because I feel like boobs would be too far. Oh no, what have I done? Well, at least I'm having a good time. All right. I feel like the arm should be more bloated as well. It's horrifying. Clothes. Okay. Clothes. Here's some stretchy pants. Oh my god. Okay. Right? Stretchy pants. Stretchy pants. And I don't know. God. I don't know what he's wearing. Just tatters. Some tatters of clothes. Maybe we don't really need to know where the center line is. Center line. Right. This is having trouble comprehending. Here's it's the buttons are like holding on by barely holding on. I've drawn like a bloated drowned zombie, but I haven't drawn the toxic part. So, what is that? That's a fun little guy, though. I think we'll all agree that that's a fun little guy. And which I don't know, we'll just put lesions and like maybe like little. Wisps and maybe like a little. I almost feel like maybe the cloud is so big and the boar's coming out of the cloud. The boar's like charging out of the cloud. And then maybe our good friend, this guy is just in the background. How about that? What do you think about that? Maybe that's the way to do it. You don't really get to see his legs, which is not necessarily a tragedy, in my opinion. Let's make this guy red. Let's bring him closer to the bottom. And make him... It looks like he's farting or giving birth to the... So I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Someone's here. Evil critters are hello. If that thing sprouted from a body, you could work the zombie in a bit more like a body on the wall in Aliens. I don't know what you're referring to anymore. It's been so much time has passed since I checked the chat. I played Pirate Borg, Evil Critter. I played Pirate Borg last night, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, that's great. I played Morkbjorg, or whatever it's called. Morkberg. But I haven't played Pirate Borg. I smell the stink of those with my eyes. Like Gyo by Junji Ito. I know Junji Ito. I've read some of his manga, but I don't remember Gyo. Those were bloated gas zombies too. We fought a bloated sea zombie called a grog barrel. I got covered in goo. That's fun. Have a gas mask? Pure horror. A pork dumpling person. Yes. Whimsical. Give it a mustache. Perfect. Thank you, JP12. Are you self-censoring? Yes, I'm self-censoring. Give it a feathered cap in the side of its head. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could give it a mustache. I mean, why not? Mustache. Zombies can have mustaches. A little handlebar mustache. Let me zoom in here. We're having... Wow, that looks terrible. There we go. And then you can just see the bottom teeth sticking up. Is the sound that it makes. I'm getting in the weeds here. Looks a bit piggish. But hey, it's got a mustache now. I'm trying to make the mustache look not too what do you call? Not cultivated, not cultured. There, now he's got a mustache. I did it! Whimsy. Zombie with a mustache. And then the boar. All right, so let's move on to the boar. Charging boar. So I looked up, before I started streaming, I looked up boar. Charging boar. And of course, 77% of the artwork, of the images that came up were AI generated slop. So that was not helpful. But let's put him. Yeah, it can be nice and tall. In fact, we can even... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do about that. I have some ideas. I might need to change... I might just get rid of that other leg, the top leg. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll keep going. Let's make a boar layer. Let's make it a blue boar. All right. But I did find some, I think, if I still have them. There's some boars. Oh my god, so much crap. There's a zombie. Let me throw this into my file so I have some nice scary zombie art reference. So inspiration. Inspiration. And of course, I also see AI generated zombies as well, which are no good. What is this? The 15 most terrifying zombies in horror games. I don't know what this is from, but I'm gonna grab it. If anyone knows this video game, pretty cool. Not very whimsical. All right, moving on. Let's find my board. Here's a fun one. A grotesque fat zombie. Is this AI? I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. It's got a bleeding nipple, which is always a nice touch. Look at this happy guy. Credit unknown. It says creator Ifikar Alam. Copyright Ifikar Alam. Good work, Ifikar, if this is indeed. Okay. I'm looking for my boars. I'm looking for boars. Where are my boars at? That is a AI BS. Here, this looks like a real boar. This is a warthog. Is it a real boar? It looks like a real warthog. You guys tell me if this... Let's get rid of all this. Tell me if this looks like a real warthog or not. It's not super stylized. I think it's real. Copyright Eden Whitehead. I think it's a photo. Just for our... I like how his tail is sticking straight up. That is great. Thank you, Eden Whitehead. Here's a nice one. Oh, that looks like a young guy, though. A warthog. Now, a warthog is not a boar. Well, it is a boar, but it's not the boar that I was thinking of when. But these are all nice references to have on hand for the boar. All these warthog. Add curse words to in the search to evade AI. That's a good idea. DuckDuckGo is not as AI afflicted. That's good. That's a good point. Here we go. Look at this happy fellow. Is that a? I just want the photograph. I don't want. Okay. These are all warthogs. But I mean, the anatomy, not face notwithstanding, the anatomy will be. It'll tell me what a hoof looks like. The hoof is not going to be too different, and if it is, nobody will know. It's a zombie boar. This looks more like the boar we're talking about here. Check this guy out. That is not an African warthog, correct? It's quite hairy. I feel like this is the boar in question. It's a proper boar. I ran into some boars in Japan when I was there. They were crossing the street. They were crossing the road on the Isle of Shidoshima, where we were driving around. This is a nice boar. That's a real boar for sure. This is a real boar for sure. You're such a boar. I like the, yeah, I like it. Just getting rid of some of this. Maybe one more. It would be nice if I had one jumping. But all the jumping more. Okay, so let me try DuckDuckGo. Duck, duck, go. And then search without being tracked. That's great. Jumping boar. Oh, great. Porn comes up. No, that's all AI too. And they're all... There's a drawing. There's a nice drawing of a wild. Maybe I should just look up pig. Maybe I can just use... Oh, there's one! There's one! Open a new window. Is it? No, that's gotta be AI. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is not the right angle, though, but it's the right pose. It's the pose that I want. It's just a different angle. I mean, look at the flowers. That's got to be fake, doesn't it? Well, let me go to the website and see what it says. This is from... Yeah. No. Delete. Bad internet. Bad DuckDuckGo. Maybe I just look for a pig jumping and then I just put hair on it. Or maybe I just draw. Yeah, let's do pig jumping. Pig jumping. Minus AI. And I'll use the C word. Sorry, I should have done this before. Oh yeah, because they have pig races, right? But I also wanted to look. I don't know how to do this. This is challenging. Why is it? Oh, it's guinea pigs are showing up. Incredible photo. Maybe this is a real photo. Okay, let me go. Incredible photo. Wild hog. Wild hog jumping barbed wire fence in San Antonio. It doesn't say who took the picture. Oh. It's from Texas Outdoors Network. I was set up in a ground blind trying to get some shots of wild turkeys when this hog came flying out of the bush and launched itself. Never seen anything quite like it. That is, if this is a real photo, we might have a winner. Ding, 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 ding. It definitely looks like a real photo. I'm going to flop it and I'll just make some adjustments. Because it's gotta be a zombie. But it's pretty great. What's happening in the chat? I haven't been paying attention. European wild boar. Florida boars. Oh, yeah. Eden Whitehead is a bird photographer by trade. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Google Florida and boars or feral pigs. I see some nice references. Yeah. I think we have what we need. Because we're on the blue. So this will all be here. Let me make this white. Background is white. We can make this slightly less transparent. But we will. What I'm gonna do. This is my mushroom. I'm gonna give it 20 more minutes tops, and then I'm gonna duck out of here. But this is my boar. Let's make it green. Let's make it green. So we'll have, this is more of the toxic gas. So we'll see actually less of, I'll do it later. But let me get rid of this. And then let me move my happy new guy up over here. Not too big. And general shape. We want his mouth open. I'm going to quickly Google pig open mouth photo. Thank you for that. Thank you for that tip. Wow. Wow. Ooh, that's disgusting. Maybe we'll just use this one. Womp, 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 womp. Okay, what layer is my boar on? Oh, there we go. I drew on the wrong layer, as usual. Cut. Paste. Combine. Combine. I get so caught up with trying to draw a realistic boar, and then I'm gonna forget how to. Right? A little weird. It's got to be emaciated. The pig looks so happy. But also hairy. And the lighting is a little bit weird on my reference because it's coming from the side and behind it. But it's not too bad. And we need might make it a little. Where's those eyes? Where are those eyes gonna go? I can feel like it's got a little bit of a ridge, so we can just see the eye there, and then something like that. Pigs do have teeth. Tusks, in fact. Pig tusks? Pig tusks? I mean, maybe just give it some tusks and worry about if it's anatomically correct later. Something like that. That's not really. It's not straight. You're not on straight. Here, let me do this. Then we can get a bigger tusk on that side. Doesn't look real. But we're gonna get this hoof up, nice and close. And then this one will be, and this is more appropriate music. Right, down here. Put it down here. And then emaciated. Rib cage. And then I feel like the back legs are pretty good. Could give it more dynamic hair. That's pretty sloppy. Pretty sloppy, sis. I do like how this ear kind of curls around back. Right? Dun 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 dun. And so these happy little fellows, just doing everything more angular automatically makes it look more undead. Dun 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 dun. And then let's go. Remember our warthog? He had his tail going straight up, which I loved. But we don't want it to interfere with our boom, boom, boom. We got all this empty space up here, which is not super great. So maybe our answer to that is just to move him up to that area here. And then our boar can push to the outside a little more. And let's just get rid of this arm. Whoop, hello. Gone. You're gone. Totally gone. This guy, you over here, gone. We're not worrying about that anymore. You had your chance and you blew it. Okay. But this. I don't know. Where's my wild boar? My wild boar reference didn't have. Okay, you guys were telling me what to look up. I need to actually pay attention to what you're saying. Florida and boars. Okay, Florida boar. Thank you. Florida boar photo wild pig. I see shorter tails. They don't have the long tails like the warthog. I'm seeing them now. Here's one. Look at this handsome devil. Oh my god, I want to hug him. Hug me. Look at that tail. Alright, so we'll do the tail up, but we'll do it more faithful to the kind of boar we're talking to. But also, remember, it's an undead boar. So it can be a little janky. Dun, 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 dun. In fact, let's just all make that. Oops. Okay, so there's our wild boar. Give it more hollow. Dun, 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 dun. I might put some teeth up here or something. I don't know. Right? Something like that. I don't know. Hair. And then, okay. And then, I'm going to save my work. Save. And then, the way we do, I think the way we do the toxic gas is we're going to make a new layer. We're going to go white. I kind of want to make, because remember, this is going to be a black and white image, so there's not going to be any green. There's not going to be any red. But let's do our toxic. Let me do a slight shade of gray, ever so slight, and we'll come back to our stainy Eureka. Is that gonna be? Does that look like? Make it nice and big. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay. So we put this here. And then let's do a white. Let's just do a white underneath, right underneath that, straight up white. No, we put our mushroom underneath that, and then we change the opacity. No, not of the mushroom. The mushroom stays black. The opacity of this. What layer? Is that the layer? No, where's my... Oh, here it is. Sorry. What's going on there? Right. So you can still kind of see. This is the gas layer. We'll label it. And let me just actually what I want is my eraser. Use the same brush, I guess. The Eureka brush. And then something like that. Let's put the boar underneath. Let's put the gas layer. Okay, so the way it's going to be is bloated zombie on top. Boar behind the gas. Because he's coming through the gas a little bit. Oh, it should be eraser. Should be erasing. Oh, it's because I started to erase the boar layer, not the gas layer. Right? So some of the boar. Is this making sense? And then let me change this to black. We'll change everything to very dark colors. Very dark colors, not quite black. G here. And we can really, we'll put a white behind him. So there's no confusion. Right, something like that. That's all fine. And I think that's our second composition, more or less. The mushroom is not as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Questions, comments? Hey, like and subscribe, everybody. Digital Foods with JP12X says, or Google hairy pre-Canadian bacon, Black Forest ham minus sandwich. That pig is laughing. I'd say that's a good-looking boar, but it is not healthy. I swear I will make you laugh one day. Today's the day, I guess. He's also not a boar from our world. Caitiff. Evil Critter. Sorry. Caitiff. Caitiff and Evil Critter have very same, similar icons from this distance. It's kind of like darkish with some red and blue something in there. So basically you just drew what it's like in Louisiana. Thank you. Boars, shambling bodies, fungus at Caitiff. Lol. The fungus, the boar, and zombie are making a combined gas. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. Let me just, let me save my work. We're done. We are done. Let me make this boar a darker green. Almost black, verging on black. I'm gonna G that. And, yeah. This is what we're listening to right now is Star Trek the Animated Series by, again, Hoyt Curtin. So yeah, so this is put some, you know, he's coming out of here, so there's gonna be like, and then this will be like, I've drawn too many lines. But you get the general idea. I mean, maybe there's more texture on this. Maybe... I feel like he doesn't really need any arms. Could make him a little bit thicker, maybe. And what about that leg? Maybe we just get rid of it. Oops. I need to change my brush back to normal. I don't know. Is it weird to have... I think it's fine. I think it's fine to just have the three legs. I kind of liked it sticking up there, but it's yeah. Maybe, okay, here's an idea. Are you with me on here? Maybe to take up some of that other space. Maybe it's over here. Oh no. That's the pants we decided he was wearing. And we're all ripped up. Who's gonna say that that's not whimsical? Come on. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. We had a good time, didn't we? And love that noxious looking bear. Today was a good one. Thank you, Killswitch. I'm gonna submit these to the client, Mr. Ed, not the horse, and we'll see if he has any. If this is completely the wrong direction, you're fired. Then life will go on. And like and subscribe. Support me on Patreon, everybody. And find me on the social media, Facebook. What else? Blue Sky. I'm not on Twitter. I'm on, what's that other one? Instagramps for us old people. I was against erasing the leg, but you added a new one. I'm in. Thank you. And I will see you next time on the internet. Aye, aye. And goodbye. Be good to yourself.